I love buildings, and I love the way that they have a power to make people feel a certain way, to improve their mood, to alter their perspective. The connection with nature, the constantly varying kind of spaces through the building. You can find an environment in the building that suits your needs at a particular time, whether that's quiet, reflective, serious, contemplative, or performance and social, and you want to grab a coffee with someone and have a chat, you can do that.
The brief was fantastic from the client. It was to bring together 7 departments which have been spread across the campus in different buildings, and to bring them together for the first time, to give them a new faculty identity, but to build upon the identities of each of the departments. We worked a lot with the users of the building, to the people that maintain the building, and we thought always in terms of who are the next users of the building as well. And we threw that to the people that use the buildings, that maintain the building. We said, what are going to be the challenges in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years and beyond? Because we thought that the brief really called for a building that would last a long time, and that's what we really wanted to help the university to achieve. So the Faculty of Arts is one of the tallest buildings on the campus at University of Warwick, and it is actually setting a precedent on the campus for a densification of the centre of the campus. Warwick's a sort of suburban campus university, and what it's trying to do is prevent its own urban sprawl. It wants to keep itself concentrated in its centre. The site had previously been occupied by a car park, and to screen the car park, the whole site had been ringed with trees. Those trees were reaching maturity. They're 40 years old, over 20 metres tall, some of them. And we worked really hard with the consultant team in order to keep the footprint as close to that original car park as possible, so that we didn't impact on the root protection zones of those existing trees. And the benefit of that was as well that the windows from the building all look out into this canopy level of these mature trees around. We work with Buro Happold to really evaluate the different structural options for the building. But what we really came back to was the efficiency of having a flat slab and a regular grid, and the future flexibility that offered to the client. So the simplicity of compartmentalisation detailing across the whole building, acoustic separation, all of these benefits that really stemmed from the selection of the concrete frame. On top of that, we were also really interested in the character that the concrete gave to the building. So it gives the building a really grounded sense and a really calm sense. Across the whole building, the concrete really does form a calming backdrop to the daily life of the faculty.
Once we decided on a concrete building, we can use that to influence the environmental strategy. The concept of thermal mass is quite well understood, but that helps drive a really effective natural ventilation strategy through the building. Having a flat soffit is brilliant as well from a detailing point of view. It's a ready surface to build up partitions. It makes fire stopping and acoustic detailing that much simpler. It also is part of the acoustic strategy. It provides a massive floor that helps deal with some of the adjacencies between performance spaces and office spaces, those loud social spaces, quiet reflective spaces, and it manages those very well. All our materials are finite, and we have a responsibility to use the right material, the right quantity, and in the right way. Flexibility in terms of engineering strategies is something we thought about a lot through the development of this building. The planning of single occupancy offices was a key part and a key driver of the building. But what if we don't need those offices anymore? Can they be teaching spaces? Well, yes, they can, because of the decisions we made about how the ventilation would be arranged within each cluster, about how partitions could be flexibly added or taken away. And those decisions will give a building that is inherently efficient and sustainable long-term flexibility. In applying solid principles to the design, we end up with an efficient low-carbon outcome. A good design is low-carbon design, right? That's key. There are things you can do to make it better. You can influence it, and we need to think radically about how we move forward from here. You know, business as usual is not going to cut it. Even the very best good practice now needs to be better going forward. We all need to think radically differently about how we deliver buildings into the future. I think this is a really great template because it's a building that's designed to last for a long time, that forecasts a large range of future scenarios in how it might be used, and still be a place that brings delight to the users and an interesting perspective to the whole legacy of arts education in the UK.